Hi, I'm Kengsama Agnes Wa and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So basically the first video I uploaded was just sharing with us the excitement about starting this journey, about starting my YouTube channel, but I didn't come clean about like why. So basically what are we all about? We are just here to empower one another, to grow and to build ourselves to be able to explore the potentials that are hidden in us, to discover the person that is within, the person that God has put in each and every one of us. We're going to be using scriptures, we're going to be using books, just a medium through which somebody out there can be blessed and empowered to open up to who God has made that person to be by exploring each potential that God has embedded in each and every one of us. So the very first thing we are going to be looking at, or at least I would want us to explore, is the topic of self-esteem. Since the topic is to some level a vast one, we are going to be taking it in more than one video. In this video, we are going to be touching what is self-esteem and the types of self-esteem. So basically, what is self-esteem? Self-esteem has been termed or has been referred to in several other ways. It has to do with self-acceptance, self-worth. How do you see yourself? How do you perceive yourself as an individual? When you look at yourself in the mirror, or like when you have like a mental visualization of Agnes, what do you see? Do you see a strong? Do you see a powerful? Do you see a lady that can like achieve anything that she puts her heart to? Or that just wants to cover up or hide in a shell and not be seen by anyone? That is what we are going to be diving in as far as self-esteem is concerned. So Alistair McGrath and Joanna McGrath, like they are theologians, and they defined it as a global evaluation of two things: personal acceptability and the worthiness to be loved by other people. Personal acceptability, it has to do with you loving who you are. That means when you look at yourself, you're like, God, I love what I see. I'm happy about this image. I'm happy about this beauty. I'm happy about the things that I can do. I'm happy about my abilities. And the next thing is the worthiness to be loved. That means when you look at yourself, you're like, yes, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be accepted. I deserve other people to look at me and smile and be like, yes, this is good. This is a great job. And when we talk about the worthiness to be loved, it starts with self-acceptability. It starts with you looking at yourself and first of all loving yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then how do you expect another human being to love you or to look at you worthy of love? So it starts with an individual. It starts with you looking at yourself and seeing value in yourself enough for another person to even say that the person loves you. And one thing is, they won't even be the need to seek validation. And by validation, I mean like the need to seek for the love from other people. It won't necessarily matter. And what I mean is not that you don't care about the feelings of others, or you don't care how people feel when you are present or around you. What I mean is there's a level to which you get to know yourself. You get to understand who you are. You get to understand the values, the abilities that you possess in such a way that regardless of what's happening around you, regardless of what other people are saying, you are able to stand and know who you are. And that is what brings us into the different types of self-esteem. I would say I am a product of battling self-esteem. Yeah, I would say that. And for many people that I've come across or I've encountered or I've like spoken with, they feel like they're like, Agnes, you didn't look like you had challenges as far as self-esteem is concerned. I'm like, trust me. Yeah. So basically, you can see self-esteem being expressed in different forms. The people that are battling with low self-esteem, there are people who will never raise their hands up in class to answer a question, no matter whether they think that the answer is correct. In fact, it may even be as simple as 1 + 1 is equal to 2, and they will not answer. They question about everything that they have to do. They question almost everything that they have to do. And another form of self-esteem issue that, like, especially the ladies face is like how they look. And we have gone all out. We are doing all the possible things that we can do to look better, and sometimes this causes so many ladies to shy away from a lot of things because of how they see themselves. There are so many things that ladies are doing now just to look good. I don't even want to name them, but it's just to tell you the degree of how much self-esteem is affecting our world today. Truth be told, one of the things that I've learned is that this thing about beauty, I'm not against looking great. Okay, I'm not against it. I try my best. But you know, the one thing that we need to understand is it's fading. True value lies in your soul. And that goes far to tell you that a beautiful face and looking so gorgeous is like, it's awesome. But we want to acknowledge, or we want to tell ladies out there that are battling with body shaming, like people talking bad about how you look, talking bad about your shape, talking bad about your facial looks and everything, that it's beyond that. And we can build value for ourselves. We can build value in developing things that can last, in developing things that will exist past these looks. To say like there's going to be a time when I will not look like this. There's going to be a time when all the shape and everything, it's going to be finished. It will not matter. But what will matter is the things that you've kept inside. And what am I referring to as the things that you've kept inside? I'm referring to the values that you've added to yourself, the skills, the character traits that you've molded and developed for yourself, that raises the bar so high that people will not even want to care about how this thing looks. When you utter words, people will be like, these words of wisdom, are they coming out from this girl or this boy? Guys also battle with self-esteem. The girls battle with the one of the body. The guys also battle in the situation of maybe, you know, there's normally the development that guys go through. You know, there's the deepening of the voice and everything. My brothers usually always have this thing about like the beards and everything, and sometimes their peers would laugh at them and mock them and everything. And you know, there's some guys that don't develop fast and it becomes a problem, and usually it causes guys to shy away from certain scenarios. It causes guys to close up and hide in their shell. What is the downside to this type of self-esteem? The downside is that what you will limit yourself, and you will not be able to maximize your potential, to work in your full potential, because you will not push yourself. You keep living sometimes in fear. And I've come today to just like give guarantee to people that, you know, value is way beyond this physical look. It is way beyond this. Then there's another side of the coin that has to do with the superiority complex. They have like high level of self-esteem, and this group of people, they see themselves better than others. They express like the entitlement mentality. They feel like they should always be the ones. They always feel like anything that has to do with the top, they should be the ones that are doing it. The high self-esteem person would say, it must be me. It should have been me. And the challenge is usually these people, they always look down on other people, and they usually appear sometimes to be arrogant and rude. So the last one we are going to be looking at, or the one we are trying to push forward, or we are trying to encourage people to develop, is healthy self-esteem. These people make statements like, it can be me, I can do it. They have the mentality of it is possible, but they don't have the mentality to think that it is always going to be them. And that allows them to be able to function well with people. In every terrain or in every environment, they are able to not make anybody feel any less of themselves. And at the same time, they don't feel any less of themselves. They are able to express how they feel. They are able to express their potentials when they need be. And in doing that, they are not downsizing another person, but rather you notice that it's from a place of influence. They inspire. The things that you do, the words that you utter, they inspire people. They don't downgrade people. They don't make people to feel any less of themselves or any less than who they are, but rather they make people to understand that there's a possibility that you too can come up. And what I want to end by saying is that as individuals, the truth is to know who you are, to know your value system, is to go back to the person that created you, is to go back to the one that gave you life, because that's where your true value is. The manufacturer of every product knows the true value of that product because he knows how much he invested. He knows how much how much time he put in, how much finances and everything that he put in. And that's why he knows the true value of that product. So go back to your creator. Ask him what he says about you. Ask him the things that he has said about you. What has God said about Agnes? What has God said about Nora? What has God said about Noella? Or whatever your name is, John. What has he said about you, Paul? What has he said about you, Peter? This helps both sides of the coin. It helps the people that are battling with low self-esteem, because you'll be able to know your worth. And with that, you'll be able to know that you can be able to do whatever you put your heart to. With God by your side, you can definitely prevail. And on the other side of the coin, it helps you who is so having the high self-esteem to, develop some healthy self-esteem, because the challenge with people with high self-esteem is they usually make others to feel like less of themselves so that they feel better than themselves. But once you understand your value in Christ, you're able to understand that what you are capable of doing doesn't depend on another person. Once you keep limiting yourselves to somebody that is less than you, or you make another person feel less than themselves so you feel good, you're limited. You feel like you've already arrived. That's usually the challenge with people with high self-esteem. They feel like they've already arrived the peak. They're already the best that they could be, and that limits you. I'm glad that we were able to establish these basic things about self-esteem. From the follow-up video, we're going to look at the factors that are affecting people's esteem. Is it your age? Sometimes it's the environment that you grew up in, and several other things affect our self-esteem. With an understanding of those things, we can be able to know how to manage them. Maybe people that are dealing with very low self-esteem will be able to rise up to the mark, and the people that are like that are the voltage that they are on, we cannot understand. We'll bring them, we'll use step down, and bring them to a level that is healthy. It's not okay to be too thin, no offense, and it's not okay to be too fat. Obesity is not okay. So there's a healthy state that we need to be at. So for the people that are thin, hello, my teen people, I'm talking of self-esteem, by the way. For those people, we need to give people some proteins, or we need to boost some areas of our lives so that we can grow, a little bit fat. And then for the people that are at 1000 volts, they are fat, we'll give them some workout or exercise to be able to marry them or bring them down to that level that is healthy. So I'm so happy that I was able to shoot this video, and I'm so happy that I was able to bless somebody out there. So I remain yours truly, King Summer Agnes. Bye.